Hey everybody, welcome back. It is episode 2 of Ocarina of Time, and we're going to go ahead and move forward. We just beat Queen Goma, lifted the curse from the Great Deku Tree, and we're going to learn a little bit more about what's been happening in Hyrule and what the big issue is, what the plot points are. So here we go. Well done, Link. We get a beautiful little camera pan right here. I've always loved this, and it makes Link look so small and the Deku Tree seem so big. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. So what he's saying here, he's given us a little bit of backstory in these cutscenes, and there's a lot of dead space, so I'll go ahead and just fill it in with my commentary when we're in these little alternate scenes. But we've got Ganondorf riding in, and he looks so cool in Ocarina of Time. Oh my gosh. His design is just menacing, and his outfit's super cool, and I am so happy for Smash Ultimate, bringing it back to Ocarina of Time Ganondorf. It's just a dream come true. I've always wanted that. So now what we're getting back into is the backstory about the Triforce. Now, things have kind of changed a little bit with more recent entries, especially starting in Skyward Sword, where they focus on the goddess Hylia. So there's like a hierarchy now. Hylia is the goddess above all, and then Din, Nayru, and Feor, the three goddesses that each make up a part of the Triforce, and they left it behind where they left our world to the Sacred Realm, and that's how the Triforce was created. I don't know if it's a retcon. I'm a little rusty on my Zelda Historia right now, but I think that this one is a lot cooler because it shows how Din created the Red Earth with her raw power, and Nayru with her wisdom created like the order. It was Feor that created the law, or the life forms that would uphold the law, and Nayru created the law and spirit of the world. And it's courage, power, and wisdom, which are the three pieces of the Triforce that Ganondorf, Link, and Zelda all utilize respectively. And it's just really cool. So pretty much these three like created the world, and you've got this not ominous, but just this like holy music in the background, and I don't know, I was a little disappointed to go with a more like, I can't really explain how I feel about Hylia, but I just know that I don't like it as much. I liked having each of them linked to a goddess in their respective piece of the Triforce, but that's just me. You may feel differently in the comments below. But yeah, this is the end of this little scene here where you get the backstory, so I'm going to get my Great Deku Tree on. Thou must never allow the desert man in the black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast this death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much, he cast this dreadful curse upon me. And we have just gotten the Kokori's Emerald, the spiritual stone of the forest. And there's 2 more of these that we're going to need to get in 2 separate regions of Hyrule. So the game is just really starting to open up for us just a little bit, not even fully. We have a long way to go. So yeah, the Kokori's Emerald. Kokiri, I'm sorry. The future depends upon thee. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I Intriguing. Good. Bye. And sadly, the Great Deku Tree is passing away, which is really dark. I remember when I was a youngster playing through this, I was just, oof, I felt it deep. Navi says her heartfelt little goodbye, and she kind of lingers for a second and looks back before joining you to start this adventure. And, you know, things pick up from here. It's not going to be so somber the whole way through. Hey, Link, what did you do? The Great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault! So unfortunately, everybody thinks that Link killed the Great Deku Tree, with the exception of Saria. And, yeah, that always rubbed me the wrong way when I was a kid. I was like, dude, I just tried to fucking save him. What have you been doing? Sitting here telling me I can't go in? Maybe, if you didn't make me go get a sword and shield first, I could have done something about it sooner. Mido's such a bully, man. But anyway, we are going to go ahead and leave the forest straight off the bat. And, I said it was going to pick up, but we do have one more somber cutscene. And I'm not even going to subject you to a girl voice. Basically, what's going on here is Saria knew that Link was going to leave. And she's always known that because he's been different from the rest of the Kokiri kids. And she's okay with it, but sad. So she wants to give him her fairy ocarina as a memento. Now, good thing she gave us this because it is very important for us to have an ocarina on this journey. As the title of the game fucking suggests. I'm sure you could pick up on that, and I'm sure most of you have played this. But we've got it, and we don't know any songs yet, so we can't use it right off the bat, but we will go learn some. We're actually going to go learn one in the next episode. So yeah, and she just is sad to see you go. Okay, I got you. Got a little tutorial text here, and you can't skip a lot of these in Ocarina of Time, so it'll go a little slow. But she wants him to play the ocarina and think of her, and come back to the forest to visit. It's very nice. And me and Link are a lot alike, because if I was him, I would be super awkward about it too. Slowly back up and just sprint away full speed. Without even saying anything. That's totally me. But regardless, it's time to get a little happy, because we just opened up the hub world of the game. Well, not the hub world, but the central area, which is Hyrule Field. And I'll tell you, when I played this when I was young, I thought that there was no way I could explore this entire world. It just seems so massive. There had never been anything like it. 3D was new. It was such an experience. And I never thought I would get that feeling again until, boom, last year Breath of the Wild comes out. The scope of the game was just insanely massive, and it was wonderful. And now we've got everybody's favorite character, Keibora Gaebora. This man is a tutorial owl, and he will be all about our adventures as young Link. We're going to run into him several times throughout the game, and at least you can skip this text, but this is where he's a dick. He says, did you get all that? The first option you click is no. 90% of kids playing this game the first time are just going to be mashing that button to skip the text, so you accidentally have to listen to it again. Next time I talk to him, he's going to say, do you want me to say that again? He switches it up on you, and you get confused. You never know which one to pick. You have to slow down and read it. Nintendo, those crafty bastards. But anyway, here we are. It's Hyrule Field, and we need to head to the castle to talk to the Princess of Destiny. So, fun little trick in Hyrule Field. If you roll around, like if I roll the entire way like this, which I won't subject you to, you'll get there before the sun goes down to the castle. But at nighttime, the moat goes up, and you're stuck fighting some stall children, which are speculated to be, oh, you see the owl over there straight ahead on that tree? But the stall children are speculated to be Kokiri kids that left the forest, because when they leave the forest, they die. But for some reason, we didn't. We're different, but we don't know how. Anyway, I'm going to stay out here for a night cycle to just kind of show you how it goes down. I probably could make it if I started rolling, but yeah, so actually I can tell you that this game does run on a day-night cycle, which I think is pretty cool. There's only certain areas where time passes though, like overworld stuff. When you're in towns, or you're in a dungeon, or like Lon Lon Ranch, time is frozen. But if you are in the overworld or Gerudo Valley or where else does it? I know Death Mountain and Zora's River, and there's probably one other place too, but time passes normally and you'll get that day-night cycle. Now, interestingly, the stall children only come out when you're Child Link, which I always kind of found weird because the world is in a much better state when Link is a kid. Oh yeah, and if you kill enough of them, a big stall child appears and he'll give you some rupees or maybe another item. And this would also be a good time to talk about the combat in Ocarina. I think the Z targeting is wonderful. You set it to lock so you don't have to hold it down, and then always be holding your shield up, and then just jab once they hit you. They're open, boom, and that applies for like 90% of the enemies in this game. The stall children are nothing special. They're not a challenge, but you know, the atmosphere that they provide, I like that they're there, especially when you're a kid, because that's when it's more scary. But I digress. I'm rambling about the stall children. But morning has come and the gates are opening, and it's time for us to explore Hyrule Castletown. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that together today. I will catch you in the next episode. Hey, let me know what you think. Do you want me to spend more time reading the text boxes as characters? Because I'll absolutely do that, but I didn't want you to get bored while I was pausing and waiting for everything to start up. Let me know how that is, and I will see you next time. Take care and have a great rest of your day.